But it's wedding season, right? Is anyone else here tired of buying bridesmaid dresses for all of your dad's weddings? My dad loves to get married, and he loves to get divorced. His last divorce, he told me word for word, "It's sad because she was the love of my life there for a bit." Huh, okay. But he called me the other day, and every time my dad calls me, the first thing he says, he's like, "Hey, so you still married?" I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, I'm still married." And he's like, "Oh, okay, weird. Anyway, I was hoping I could talk to you about something. It's pretty serious." And he's like, "I've kind of fallen in love again. Didn't know I could have these feelings." And then he told me that she was 2 years older than me. So basically what I'm saying is George is my dad. And I'm just... just kidding. Yeah. And, when he told me that, I was like, oh, I got to be positive about this. And the first thing that came out of my mouth was like, cool, maybe we could share clothes. And he was like, oh, no, she is way taller than you. She is like the most beautiful girl I have ever seen. And I strangely felt weirdly competitive. I mean, not that I want my dad to think that I'm hotter than his girlfriend, but I am, right? But yeah, I've been married for 2 years, or as my dad likes to say, I'm halfway. And I don't know if I should be concerned because the guy I married is not the guy I glued to my vision board. Like, ever since I was a kid, I was convinced I was going to marry a country singer. He would smell like grass, and dirt, and he'd be slightly abusive, but in a forgivable way. So I was like really surprised when I married a nice European Jewish man from Switzerland. And I know all of you are thinking like, I didn't know they had Jews in Switzerland. Well, they do, and they're really rich. Yep. When I first met my husband's family, I felt like I was in Pretty Woman, minus the whole hooker thing. I mean, he never offered money. I would have taken it. But yeah, I know you're like, oh, poor her. She married a rich guy from Switzerland. Well, I'm the daughter of a thrice-divorced functioning alcoholic. I sound like a 5-year-old, and now I'm walking into a fancy Swiss chalet in a Forever 21 crop top. It is fucking terrifying. I thought I was going to have to break up with my husband so many times because I didn't think I could handle the pressure, but I hung in there. My dad actually gave me some good advice. He was like, Brittany, you got this. Marriage is only 3 to 5 years of your life. So I learned French, not from my husband, but so his family would stop talking shit about me. It's true. Yeah. You guys may recognize me as the voice of every woodland creature in cartoons. And as the decoy from To Catch a Predator. I sound 5, have the body of a 12-year-old boy, but, I've acted in some TV shows, and sometimes it gets a little weird. I would never complain about looking young, but it's bizarre. No joke. When I was approaching 30, I was still playing 14. But on my 28th birthday, I got an audition to play a 16-year-old cheerleader on a Disney show. And my first thought was, oh, growing up. But when I got to the audition, there was a real 16-year-old boy who kept staring at me. And I was like, oh, my God, he can see the signs of aging in my hands. Like, my cover is blown. And then he did that head nod thing that cool kids do. And he was like, so, you drive? And I was like, this is LA, of course I drive. And then I was like, oh my God, this kid thinks I'm 16 and he's hitting on me. And then I was like, wait, if I was 16, could I get this guy? I mean, he's a cool actor, dude. He's got his shit together. When I was 16, I was dating a drug dealer and teaching gymnastics to babies. It would have been a major step up. Thank you guys. I'm Brittany Ross.